I mean, we felt like we needed to get better in transition defense and rebounding the ball. Um, in our eyes, that was the bottom line where we could maybe, kickstart some ways to score, but mostly get stops. And we did that. We held them to 13 points. I'm told we had 21 assists in the second half, and I think Ben had I don't know how many points he had, but he jumped into it in the third period. A lot of it was through Joel's unselfishness. But really, we did a good job of focusing on transition defense and rebounding.
It seemed like the Hawks, they didn't give Ben and also Markel a lot of respect when they were off the ball. It seemed like, honestly, they were running away from Markel as soon as he passed the double. How do you think, were you expecting that first off, and how do you think you guys handled that?
Yeah. Yes, we were expecting it. Maybe not to the blatant way that they did it, but yes, we were expecting it. And I think that we did a better job in the second half of going to floor spots. I mean, wild double teams, from the top of the key or from one side of the floor normally don't happen in our league. And so I thought that Joe did a pretty good job of knowing that they're incredibly always leaving Markel from whatever part of the floor. And then they did it to Ben, but a lot with Markel, and then Markel basket cut. And almost like the best play you could run would be to throw it to Joel and just have Markel, no matter where he was, just follow his man and get to the front of the rim or the paint. And I thought we did a better job of that. But it was some aggressive double teams, and Coach Pierce's scheme made us had to think a little bit.
Right. Both Ben and Markel seem like they're more assertive and confident with the way they play when they're just running the show themselves and just one of them. How do you channel that, like the confidence, the mental side of that, when they're sharing the floor together?
It's a challenge. It's a challenge early because it comes back to some spatial issues that affect Joel. And so it's deeper than what you're saying, which is true. And what I'm trying to do is have it all. Like, you can play them a little bit together, then separate them and give one the ball, then the other person the ball. I've said quite candidly, that Markel is a point guard, and Ben is the rookie of the year as a point guard. And, we mix and match a little bit, but it is a challenge. It is a challenge.
How do you think Markel and Ben play when they play together?
I think we just spoke about it. Just go to, and although it's early days, I'm aware of the numbers, and Kyle, you said it, and then the numbers would prove you to be right. And right now, it's a struggle for spatial reasons as much as anything. And you can just like bury your head in the sand and just keep doing it and doing it and doing it, and you could do that. I choose to walk that line of trying to grow it and win. And that's part of my challenge.
Right, I know the corner three was a big point of emphasis for you guys who drew those paint spots in the corner. Mike seemed to have a lot of success there. So what did you think of what he brought to the team?
I thought it was his best game that he has played with us, and it's easier for me to say that when he makes shots. Like, when he's making shots, you get flashbacks of your son. And, we need that from Dario and from Mike. We need them to make threes. And I thought that stood out. I thought that his ability to switch and, like, really move his feet and show a side of athleticism impresses me. I really like him. Like, you look at him, and to me, he's a modern-day type of player where he can switch and make a three, and he runs the floor. And he's a good teammate. He's got some toughness and good sort of human traits. I thought he was excellent tonight.
The new guy. I mean, there's not many new faces, and he's one of them.
He gets immediate acceptance from his teammates because he works. And the players know that. You want a passport into a locker room or a passport into somebody's inner circle of friendship, it starts, like for all of us, it's respect. And he gains respect because he works. He gains respect because he's got some toughness to him. He gains respect because he's a prideful student of a game plan. And you want to go to war with somebody like that. You want to go play a basketball game with somebody like that. And his human qualities and his prideful side of being a pro are a powerful combination. That is as good a way to get into a team as I can think of.
What do you think of your team's on the ball defense?
I think it's better. I think that this is the thing that we all see. And there are two ways you can get to the rim. You can play out of a closeout where you're just sort of like looking at one side of the floor and they throw it over to your man and then you go guard somebody. Those people that can play out of a go-catch or a catch-go downhill game, they're hard to guard. But the really hard ones are the ones that can play off a live ball and dance and just, create their own shot. And then the pick and roll ends up gravy. We're getting better off the closeout, catch, go, go, catch, closing out short, leveling people off, getting hand above ball. We're doing better at that. We should. We practice it every day. The stuff off a live ball, it's hard. And so just trying to, not get tangled in our feet as somebody's dancing and just focus on somebody's sort of midsection and not get tricked with up fakes is a technical side, a technique side that we try to drill at and talk about as much as we can.
Well, I know Dario talks about being over in Croatia and whatnot, but what do you think the cause is for his shooting the way he played?
I don't know, Keith. I hear you. Tonight he looked heavy-legged to me. Yeah, and I've spoken candidly with him and you all that I focus on I call them minus ones when you miss short. How many minus ones? We put up a bunch of threes tonight, and we had 13 minus ones. I don't know his side of that distribution, but I look at that and I think that tonight, for whatever reason, I felt like he looked heavy-legged and tired.
Have his best game, but you were still able to get contributions from everybody else. How big is that to where you don't have to count on Joel night in and night out because it's a rest of
And so this will be the mistake, and I don't agree with the notion that maybe he didn't have his best game. That is true, but I thought that what he did do was he welcomed passing. He knew they were going to come at him. We talked about it. We scripted it. And he says this, and I learned this in my old life. If you can, even though it's coming, like if you can get him the ball and get him like 2, 3 times, 4 times in a row, and let him feel comfortable reading the gym and passing out of the gym where it's not as infrequent a read. He's just going to get it 4 times in a row. Same type of, scheme, schematically, those guys coming at him. I thought he did a hell of a job passing. I thought he was unselfish. And I look forward to seeing that third period, but I thought he was really good tonight. The stats don't maybe reflect that entirely, but I think that he was very good tonight. Thanks, everybody.